Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Less than 24 hours ago, I told you all that Toshi was about to break out. Now, if you missed out on that free buy signal, it means you're not subscribed to the channel. So please make sure you subscribe so you do not miss out on another Toshi update. I will be updating on Toshi update, so make sure you're subscribed. Subscribed, perfect, let's continue. But here's the exciting part. You're not late to the party because the breakout, parabolic breakout we've all been waiting for is just about to start. Now, let's look at Toshi so far for the day. It's currently up just under 40%. It was over 40%. Prices pulled back slightly, right? So prices, as you can see, pulled back slightly, but we're expecting momentum to continue and we're expected to move in the middle of this range, which would bring us to 0.0005057, right? From where we currently are now, that would be an upside percentage move of 51%. So there's still another 50% move to the upside to essentially get back in the middle of this range. And at this point, a lot of the people that entered around this area should all be back either in a profit or at break even. So that's the good news. But here's the even better news. We are about to see Toshi go completely parabolic, because once we get inside this range, we should see momentum pick up. And once momentum picks up, there's only one target in mind, and that is, of course, the all-time high, which is going to be a magnet. As it stands, Toshi, as it relates to base chain meme coins, is currently ranked second, and you can see there's a big gap between Brett, Toshi, and the coins below it. And in fact, when a lot of people were asking me, should I move Dogging Me into, should I move my Toshi into Dogging Me, etc., I was saying personally I wouldn't. Why? Because Dogging Me, yes, it had a great run, but Toshi, Brett, these are now established number one and number two meme coins on the base chain, and the fact that they're both under that $500 million mark represents a massive opportunity. So the question is, what happens next? Now, if you've been staying up to date with my videos, one of the main things that I've been saying is, if you can find a good project or a project that has at least good short-term to mid-term potential, cashing out when it's not performing or moving out of that project when it's maybe moving slowly is probably the worst thing you can do. Because what's going to happen now is, once we move into the middle of the range, we are going to make our way, as I just said, to 0.002119161, which is a 312% move from where we currently are now. But we should go beyond that, right? We should start to move into price discovery mode. Now, the most important thing for the community right now is, number one, having a solid game plan. So if you're in and out the market, so for example, let's say you had a Toshi bag, you sold your Toshi bag because obviously price was down and maybe you thought, the whole market was going to crash. You moved out. Now price is up, almost 40% for the day. So now you're deciding to get back in. And then what about if price pulls back another 20%? Are you going to then leave the market? So you almost at this point need to pick a side. It's either you're holding for at least this target here, and I am going to reveal this target for those of you that are new to this channel, right? So our midterm target, which would be at 0.0035165, which is from where we currently are now about I believe it's there we go, 900 percentage point move from where we currently are now, so a 9x. I do have this mini target in mind, so just in case we do see a market reversal before this target is hit, it will probably be around this area here, which is at 0.0029264, right? And obviously we're going to have to monitor this in real time, and that would be, instead of a 9x, that would be about a 770% gain from where we currently are now. So you almost have to pick a side, stick to the game plan essentially, and ride the wave. Too many people in the meme coin space in particular, because it's meme coins we're currently talking about, they make the mistake of just jumping from meme coin to meme coin, which is fine, but it's important to have solid positions in at least some of the quote unquote top picks at the moment, which would be Brett and Toshi. Now, there is there are other projects on the base chain that are going to go absolutely insane. We think some of the projects on this chain is going to produce 20, 30, 40, 50, some even as high as 100x within the next few weeks. So we think this will all be achieved under a month with some coins on the base chain. And we're currently positioned in some of these projects. We're going to be buying more of these projects, and that will be exclusively available in my Crypto Crew Premium channel. Again, you can click the link in my description, or you can join my free Telegram group below. This is where I've actually given a heads up to everyone. I told everybody the market was going to move and pump before it even pumped. And I also gave out a free buy call on Brett in that free Telegram group. The link is in my description, and I also have a video in there that shows you how to make 100,000 in 1 month and 16 days. So make sure you join the free Telegram group right this second. But if you want access to some of those projects that can 100 to 300x within the next month or so, you need to join our Crypto Crew Premium channel. The link is in my description. Now let's continue with this video. Now Toshi at the moment, believe it or not, I don't think it's going to slow down, if I'm honest. Some people are probably saying, okay, price has gone up now, so surely price is going to go back down. So I'll wait for price maybe to go back to this area and then I'll buy again. But you see, this is the mistake that a lot of people make, because the chances are that's actually not going to happen now, right? So instead of waiting for that to happen and then waiting for price to get to this area before you start buying, which will diminish your gains quite a bit. So let me show you what I mean. If you decide to buy Toshi at 0.00800083, where a lot of people will be buying, well, up to our next target area, let's say midterm target area, you're now looking at a 342% gain. So instead of capturing a 9x, you're now only going to be able to make a 340 percentage point gain. And this is the power of positioning early. This is the power of getting your positions in at the right time and just letting it run. Now, I will say this to conclude this video: the biggest obstacle that many are going to face in the Toshi community, and again, well done for making it this far. If you made it this far, you're clearly serious about your financial future and obviously, you know, what's going to happen with Toshi long term. Now, your biggest obstacle is going to be your exit plan. See, this is where people struggle the most, right? And some of you are currently listening to this and saying, actually, that's true. That's the thing I struggle with. So for example, some of you bought, Toshi at the start of the year, you made a 16x, but how many of you took profit? So for example, if you bought $1,000 worth of Toshi at the start of the year, and you held till the 27th of Jan, so bought from the 13th to the 27th, guess what? You would have made 50x on $1,000. You would have made over $14,000 profit. If you bought with 10,000, you would have made over 140k profit in less than a month. That's why when people think that some of the base chains that I'm talking about can't 50x, 100x within the next few weeks, they obviously are unaware of how parabolic the market is about to go. Now, instead of just holding on for dear life, if you've taken profit on that, let's say 15x, and waited for price to go down, and let's say you're sitting on 15k profit at the moment, or 140k profit, all you had to do is buy at the bottom again, wait for price to hit the next target, which is now making its move to, which is a 9x from where we currently are now. Let's just say 10x to make the maths easier for everyone to follow. Well, that 14x now becomes 140k. That 140k now becomes 1.4 million, and you've done this with a straightforward process instead of seeing this happen constantly, up, down. Now you've waited 4 months, wait for price to go up again, down, and then who knows how long you'll have to wait for the next peak. So the next important steps is going to be the exit plan, the exit game plan. And I know some of the people in the comment section are going to say, I'm planning to hold this forever. I'm never going to sell my Toshi. Okay, that's great. Like I said, there is strategies where you can hold a large percentage of your Toshi long term without affecting your overall profits. So for example, if you made 140k on Toshi, well, maybe you take 100k profit and leave 40k in. If it 10x's again, guess what? You still make 400k. And you've done that in a way in which you still bank 100k. So these are some of the things that we're going to go over the next few weeks. Some of this will be in my free Telegram group below, and some will be exclusively in my Crypto Crew Premium channel. In fact, next week I'll be releasing my millionaire makeover list in Crypto Crew Premium, and this will be going over a step-by-step process on how you scale your portfolio as fast as possible during this current period. So how do you go from a 10k portfolio to 100k to 1 mil? And what coins do we need to buy in order to do this in the short term? Which base chain coins do we need to hold, and how long do we hold them for? You know, these are the things that we're going to be going over. So if that's of interest to you, I'll see you all in Crypto Crew Premium now. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you join my free Telegram group below. Guys, it's going to be an epic next few weeks. So make sure you stay tuned. And also understand nothing that you see in this video is financial advice. Always make sure to do your own independent research. Until next update, guys, seize the day.